Afternoon, guys. It's Kentish here. As you can tell, I just killed myself on my own traps. But I thought I'd show you how I defend my bases. One of the ways in which I defend my bases. So just kind of bear me a sec while I'm just getting my crap back. But yeah, one of the things I personally like to do when I've got a base, let me just reset that. One of the things I like to do is, don't bloody bodies in the way, isn't it? Doesn't matter. One trap down is not going to make a lot of difference. But one of the things I like to do, gotta get rid of that. That's going to get on my nerves. Bear with me. Get off the trap! Alright. So yeah, one of the things I like to do to defend my bases is to do a blanket approach with bear traps. And what this will do is, more often than not, this will stop most people from raiding you outright. Once people see bear traps, they just get freaked out because they won't know where they'll be able to stand, where they can't stand without taking damage. So as you can see here, all I'm doing is just blanketing absolutely everything with bear traps, and I'll be going up all of these rocks around here and doing the same for the rocks as well. And as I say, that is just to stop anyone from being able to. The good thing about bear traps as well, as you can see, is you have a long reach with them. So kind of anywhere that is flat, I can't quite reach that rock over there, but anywhere that is flat, so like on top of this, if I'm careful enough, as you can see, I can place bear traps on there without having to get up there myself. So that's kind of handy. Obviously you can't blanket, you can't do a blanket unless you jump, and then you can place as well. So you know, it just kind of makes it a bit more efficient. If you're good at clicking, as you can see I am pretty good, then you can get areas covered this way as well. You know, I've got two in the same place there, but that doesn't matter too much. It's just normally just one bear trap's enough, but because I play on a server that has high resources, people have the means to blow up stuff a lot more readily. So this just kind of mitigates against that. It's a lot more effective than using barricades, in my experience. I use barricades as well where I can. But for the most part, bear traps do a fine job as it is, really. Okay, so I'll let you guys watch. It might lag a little bit. That's just because of the amount of bear traps I have around here. I have thousands. So there we go. So as you can see, I'm not getting up there myself. I can't be bothered. I'm just jumping up to, just aiming at the bits that people are most likely to go up, and placing traps there. So just on any flat bits pretty much is where you should be putting traps. And it's worth wiggling the mouse around, you know, until you find that sweet spot where it will let you place a trap. And sometimes you have to move yourself to get a better angle. As you can see, I can now place traps there. And what these traps will do is, should anyone fall off, should anyone be trying to raid, and somehow they manage to get up to this rock, and if they fall off, then then they'll land on top of these traps instead of anywhere useful. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is climb up here. And I'm just going to try and jump in the middle of these traps. And there's a few more. This is obviously very risky, doing these kind of traps. I mean, like, the placement of them is a risky part. There's probably another side that I'm not getting to. So I'm just going to jump up and do the same again. You've always got to be careful that you're not sliding off backwards. More often than not, when you're doing these kind of things, you'll slide off backwards. I don't want to get too close to the traps, because obviously that wouldn't be useful at all. And yeah, that's it really. Yeah, it's just about getting them everywhere you are able to get them, really. As long as you can do that. And as long as you can make it so there isn't a path going through. If you can get through your traps, so can other people. If everyone in your clan's having problems getting through your traps, then so are other people. That's the main thing. As long as you remember that, it should be alright. See, so there's not really enough of a gap for anyone to get through that particular part now. So I can move on away from that. See, there's a few spaces I missed down here. So I'll just go back over those. It's always worth trying to get different viewing perspectives on areas as well, because then you can see kind of square inch for square inch as to where has protection and where might not have protection, and then obviously you can just kind of go from there. So as you can see there's a few gaps on top of this particular rock. So I'm just getting rid of those gaps. Again, with these kind of rocks, you know, you don't have to have it completely littered. It's highly doubtful anyone's going to be getting up there anyway. Obviously now we've got, now that we have ladders in the game, people are a lot more able to get to places that they couldn't have been able to get to before, but you know, that doesn't mean that all hope it's lost as far as defending it against ladders. I mean, sure, you can use you know, you can use barricades against ladders, but a far more effective method is to just place a snap trap up the top and or down the bottom, and then that way if anyone goes up it, you're going to hear them. The snap trap makes a lot more noise than say a barricade.